All right. Wolfgang, hey, guten Abend, wie geht es dir? Alles gut? Thank you very much for coming. Please let me know how is the video and audio. You're the first one here. All good. Thank you very much. We're not going to have any topic tonight, so any question from any of you guys is more than welcome. Good evening, Richard. Nice to see you back here in the stream. I hope that you have had a wonderful journey around Portugal and enjoying the UK weather right now. So guys, once again, we're not going to have any topic tonight, so any question that you might have, now is the moment. I'll be glad if I can answer it. Let's make this wonderful discussion here that might help many people that will watch the stream after that. So everything we discussed, as I said, might be very beneficial for many people that will watch the stream later. I hope that more people will come. 3 people so far. Wolfgang, Richard, and another one that is still remain silent. Please introduce yourself in the chat. Okay. So Richard, so my first CF Moto 450 in Portugal looks good. What are your thoughts on this bike? Well, it looks good, Richard. You say it right, but I haven't ridden it. My riding friend Plamen ridden it in Argentina for just a short spin around the town. He said only good things about it. My concerns about this model are mostly about reliability. We don't know much about it. There are a lot of people that already bought it, but none of these people got a really long trips with a long experience or maybe long-term experience with this model. The one that I watched on YouTube was a guy who did like 10,000 kilometers with this motorcycle. And he said only good things, but 10,000 kilometers are just not enough, I think. So I don't have any personal interest to buy this motorcycle because I just don't trust them. But on paper, they look good. They are very similar as Tenere. It's more like a copy-paste of the Tenere with a smaller engine and a little bit less weight. Not much less weight because I think it's like 180 kilos or something like that, and it is dry. So how much exactly with fully loaded, I don't know. Food Nature Bike, good evening. First time see you here. Where are you from? Richard, what is the dealer situation for CF Moto in Bulgaria? I think that we have one in Sofia, and even a friend of mine bought this motorcycle here in Varna. But I haven't seen it on real, and I haven't spoke with him about the dealership and what is the situation. I believe it is in Sofia, in capital of Bulgaria. Francis Rossell. Hello, Francis. How are you, man? Wolfgang, perhaps maintenance intervals is 6,000 kilometers. Well, the maintenance intervals not so important because they should be. You should go for intervals that suit to your riding style. But yes, 6,000 is much better than 10,000 for this small engine. If it's me, if I own this motorcycle, I will change it even on 3,000. But yeah, Food Nature Bike, it's from Turkey, Antalya. Nice to see you here. Richard. Richard, Tiane Traveler, I have seen a video of the engine being stripped and it's exactly a copy of the T7, just smaller. I believe in this. I believe in this. Not only the engine, but also the chassis and everything. It looks like a Tenere 700, just a little bit smaller and a little bit lighter. So they might be good option. It might be good option. I don't know. I honestly prefer to stay away until it's proved. But I don't have any goals to change the Tenere that I have now with another motorcycle. Maybe in about 10 years time, when I'm already 6 years old, when I start looking for something lighter, because you know the weight always matters. If Yamaha got 450cc after 10 years, I will buy it definitely with pleasure. But at the moment, good option. Many will enjoy it. Not for me. Ah, Pete. Hi. How are you doing? How are you doing, Pete? Once again to everyone, there is no topic tonight, so any question related to long motorcycle trips or any motorcycles, uh, go ahead. I'll be glad if I can answer it to you guys. And as I said at the beginning of the stream, the discussion that we're gonna make today here with you might help to many people that will watch the stream after that. After the stream is finished, I will convert it to a video and we'll upload it to the channel, to this channel as well. So you'll have two options to watch the stream or the video after that, whatever it comes. But any information will be appreciated. Pete, all good. Thank you very much for asking. All good. In that on Wednesday, I'll go to Istanbul, Turkey. I'll visit one of the big international motorcycle events, motorcycle exhibition, and of course, I plan to film it and upload the video next Monday. Francis Lucille, have you ever tried Honda XR 150? Just wondering. No, I haven't, Francis. I've ridden this type of motorcycles like 150, 200, 250, and 300cc, but never exactly Honda XR 150. But I think that it might be a good option for many people that prefer to have something light. And in South America, like 90% of the motorcycles are 150cc. Many Hondas, many Suzukis, and this is the most popular cubic centimeters motorcycle that you can find in South America. And they ride it really fast all the time, so it should be fine. It should be fine. Tenere travel. Like you, I learned basic mechanics, work on my bike, on my own bikes. Do you think today's motorcycles are so reliable? Young people don't have to be bothered. Young people starting now don't have to be to bother. I don't think that today's motorcycles are so reliable. So, in my opinion, a basic maintenance or basic mechanic skills will be always handy. Unfortunately, most of the new models that coming now on the market are so dependent on all of these features and electronics and all of this stuff, and you basically cannot do anything without any computer. But I don't know. Mechanic skills cannot hurt; they can only help you. And to rely only on this that motorcycles are reliable, some models are reliable, some not. I have very interesting video coming tomorrow on the channel, on the main channel. I'm not going to tell you what it's about. I'll tell you only that my friends in Mechanic Plumbin, the same guy that we were together in South America, his Tenere reached 100,000 kilometers. And in this video, we inspect the valve clearance of the Tenere and also timing chain and few more things. So it will be interesting to you to see it and to see what I mean quality and reliability. And on the other hand, if you have something that you know nothing about it, like CF Moto, to expect the same result on 100,000 kilometers, I think will be like almost impossible. Richard, again, I agree, but punctures and basic servicing should be learned. I think absolutely agree, Richard. Puncture to fix your tires, to change tubes, to change your oil, to change your spark plugs, to adjust your chain, maybe to change the chain and all of that stuff, basic stuff. You definitely need to learn it, because on a long trips, if you plan to go on some long trips, one of these things you have to do it anyway. So it's good to be able to do it by yourself. You can, if you can find mechanic and if you can afford mechanic, fine. But if you cannot, it's good to know that you can do it by yourself. Pete Watson, still have to basic service mechanics. Yeah, absolutely. It's a it's like a must-have skill for any motorcycle traveler, especially if you plan to travel long distances, especially outside of Europe, because in Europe it is still fine. You can find garages and mechanics here and there. Maybe not exactly at the moment that you need it, but with a few calls, a few search on internet, you'll find a proper space. But once you leave Europe, oh, these things are very, very difficult, and that's why it's good to have some skills. As I said, they are not going to hurt at all. Richard, is fully synthetic oil worth the extra or semi-synthetic? What does Plumber use in the workspace, and what do you put in your tannery? Absolutely worth, Richard. Full synthetic oils provide a better lubrication on high temperatures and on cold temperatures as well. So it's protect the engine much better, especially if you run it really hard. And it's really worth a little bit extra money to spend on it. So me and Plummen, we use Motorex oils 1060 or 1050, whatever it comes at the moment. Fully synthetic oils, even though it's not necessary for our engines. This is what we use. So my opinion, really worth it. Francis Rossell, where was your favorite date on the trip that you have? Where was it? My favorite day was in Bolivia. We were crossing this high elevation deserts. It was basically nothing around 4 to 500 kilometers. It was looking like a pure Dakar stage. So this was probably my favorite part from the trip. Also, I enjoyed very much the jungle in Brazil. So I've got like a few favorite spots that I really enjoyed, and it's something that was a little bit more adventurous, a little bit more unknown and unpredictable things on the trip. So I enjoyed very much. I Vasilis, hello Pavlen. What is your opinion about AGP SPR 250 Enduro? It does not have any electronics except the fuel injection, not even ABS. Vasilis, I haven't even seen this motorcycle. I cannot say anything. I know only AGP PR7. I have ridden it. I have even a review on my channel. But about this SPR 250 Enduro, I cannot say much. Sorry about it. I haven't even seen it. Probably I've seen it in the factory, but not. I haven't done like a close look. Saket Ram, hello Pavlen, hello everyone. Good to see you all. This is Ram from Hyderabad, city of South India. Hello man, nice to see you here. Pete Watson, I learned with data skills, but most things are put in the garage now and can't pass the learning now. Absolutely agree. You should have the skills, and if you cannot use it now, fine, but you still have it. Johan Chera, hello, just entered now from the phone. Lucky to enter now on YouTube. Okay, now you're on YouTube. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask. Mindaudas Norveisas. I guess that this is from Lithuania or Latvia, somewhere in these places. Hello, what camera mount do you use on your helmet? On my helmet, I use DJI Osmo camera, and it comes with a specific mount, magnetic mount that it has on the underneath here. This one. But if you're asking about the mount that I have on my helmet camera, I have it on my Amazon shop. Let me see, can I share it here with you now? It's a very simple, bought it from AliExpress, nothing special. Let me see where they were. Here, they're supposed to be here. No, I cannot find it here. I cannot find it here. I'll try to find it and share it later on the chat here. Yuanchero, Okay, Richard, do you ever find that filming and editing takes over the trip? Filming, not really for my trips because I film the way that it suits to me, Richard. I don't spend so much time filming, even though maybe on some places I should, but it's always the trip before the filming. So if I can do the trip and filming at the same time, I'll do it. If I have to break the trip or change the trip because of filming, I'll probably never film. That's why I cannot say that my videos are so interesting, or I never have a goal to make the most interesting videos. My goal, as you know, guys, is to see the world, to travel. And if I can film something until I do it, I'll do it. But if you have to edit and film during the trip, it will definitely will go over the trip because you have to spend a lot of time in the hotel rooms just editing and working on this stuff. That's why I make my videos and my video episodes when I get back home, when I have all the time. Okay, so food, nature, bikes. I learned many things from you, Pavlin. I think I'm your follower since pandemic time. All your videos are like real classes for motorcycles. Glad to hear all of this food, nature, bike. That's why I've got the channel eventually to help people to travel more easily than me, to learn the things on the easy way. You don't have to discover the hot water if someone already did it for you. Carlo Panzanin Kalica. Hello, my name is Carlo. I'm from Croatia. I plan to buy 10 700. Now riding BMW, but I don't know is the tenere high for me. I'm 180 and 87 kilograms. Uh, Carlo, the tenere will be about at the age of your size. I don't know how long are your legs actually. You'll be fine. You'll have a maybe not complete flat feet, but if you lower it just a little bit, maybe 1 centimeter, you'll be all right. But you have to go and try it. Uh, Tenere Traveler, Ichi Boots is currently riding an original Tenere, older than her, and felt old. I feel old. I know what she's riding. I don't think that this is the right way to travel with such a old motorcycle. But I don't know if she enjoyed. Fine. I don't think that when you ride such an old motorcycle, you can have a better or maybe trouble-free trips because the technology is very old and everything is old in this motorcycle. I won't do it. It's not my type of game. Saket Ram. If you visit India again, what will you do differently in terms of route, more challenging choice of bike, time of year, weather? Which parts of India would you like to cover next? I will definitely go to India again, and I will do South India because I haven't been there. So last time when I visited India, I started from Pune, went all the way to the north part of India, Ladakh, and then went to the other part onto the east part of India. So South India is definitely in my list. When, I don't know, but I will definitely go there and ride it. What motorcycle? I don't know. Whatever motorcycle I can find. Motorcycle is not so important for me. As long as it has two wheels and run well, I'm fine with it. Uh, Richard, do you think this is a good idea? I don't think it's a good idea to ride with such a old motorcycle on the long trips because, as I said, reliability it's a problem. Even with the old motorcycles, you might have a lot of problems, maybe more than with a new motorcycle. I prefer to have a motorcycle that I can trust and just ride it until it works trouble free. When it starts making problems, prefer to change it and have a new one. Okay, Saket Ram, visit India. Richard, do you think it's a good idea? Okay, Yuan Chera, did the camera battery even run out and you don't notice, and it didn't notice, so you lost an entire. Let me read it again. Did the camera battery ever run out and you didn't notice, so you lost an entire right of video? No, I have a three different batteries that I use for the days when I film everything. And if the battery finished, yeah, you might lose a video here and there, but usually you will understand before that because when you press the button, it won't start. So, but it is possible, yeah. It's on the Rebel 11. Hello again. You're late, but you're here. Good. Uh, Richard, Tenere Traveler, what do you carry on your first aid kit? Basic things, Richard, bandages, patches, some pills, important like aspirin, analgin, some painkillers, some pills for diarrhea, and not so many things, but I'm a little bit different on this topic because I don't believe that even if you have much will help you. Mostly stuff to bandage myself if I have an injury here and there. One of these thermo blankets that you can cover by yourself in the situations of cold days, and not much. Brumil's Gold in Subertron. Hello, hello. Hard to say your nick. Brumil's Gold und Silbertrun. True. Okay. Francis Russell, how old you were when you start riding, and what is your first bike you bought? When I started riding, Francis, I was 14 years old, and the first bike that I ever rode was 50cc Bulgarian brand name Balkan. It was many, many years ago. And then I rode a Russian brand Karpaty, again 50cc. And then I wrote all of these East European brands, East German brands, and so on. And I went to all stages, all cubic centimeters and everything. But since I discovered this straight adventure position, I never looked back. When I was 20, I was riding only sport bikes, like thousands and more. Crazy, crazy stuff. So I have like how many? 36 years of riding experience, riding motorcycles. It's a lot. I'm getting old. All right. More questions, guys. I can see that we have 16 people so far. Forgive me if I cannot read some of your questions, but sometimes it's hard to find all of this. There are so many people right now. Thoughts on airbags? It's a very good option. Airbag is a very good option. It is proven that it might help you and even save your life. The problem that I have with it is that it's another one layer that you have to have on the top of all the clothes that you have to carry all the time. I don't know, maybe in the future I'll start using one of these, but at the moment, I don't know. I'm not really sure about it. Definitely good option to protect the most vital parts of your body here, the chest and everything. Good option if you can afford it. If you're okay with this, if you feel comfortable with this, definitely use it. Okay. Mindaus Norvaisas. Caracol canister T700. Did you delete it? Caracol canister on T7. Did you delete it? I cannot understand your question, honestly. Try to ask me a different way. On the Rebel 11, if you decide to go back to India, will you ride your bike there? No, I'm not going to ride my bike there because it is too far away to go with my motorcycle and it will be too expensive. So I will always prefer to rent a bike, or if I can, I have a bike from a friend in India to do it with a local bike. With my bike, it will take too much time and it will be too expensive journey. And also, if I have a problem with my bike, it will be very difficult to fix it over there because of lack of spare parts and all the stuff. That exactly the same reason why I went to this Honda XRE 300 in South America. Pete Watson, neck brace and learn to roll. Neck brace is a good option as well, but once again, if you have so many things on you, you might feel uncomfortable to ride all day around. I'm okay with the basic gear that I have right now. Just helmet, jacket, pants, boots, definitely gloves. More stuff on the top of all of this, I don't know. I understand that everything is in the name of safety, but also I will compromise my comfort a lot. Not sure about it. I use what I use, and I don't think I will put anything else on the top. Tenere Traveler, open face, full face, or flip helmet. I'm always for just normal full face helmet. I like to have this enduro type of helmets because of more air in the chin and also because of the peak. I will never buy a helmet without a peak and without integrated sunglasses. So flip-flops are not an option. Open face is not an option for me. So full face helmet, ideally for me, just enduro type of helmet. I just ordered another one O'Neill Sierra 2 helmet. I know it's not a really quality helmet. It's not so good. It's a little bit windy, but it cost me only 200 euros. And the last one that I've got last 2 years, two very long trips. So I'm very happy with this, and I'm happy to pay for another one, because it's basically, this helmet cost me 100 euro per year. And it doesn't matter how expensive is the helmet or what kind of brand it is, it will last the same, at least in my hands. Because especially on these long trips, man, they destroy everything. All the gear, everything is falling apart after so much dust and rain and mud. That's why I don't want to spend money for expensive helmet. Okay. I Vasilis, isn't the adventure riding position on the same as dual sport and enduro motorcycles? Yes, yes, more or less it's the same straight position when you have your straight back and open arms, and your legs are basically like 90 degrees angle. This is a comfortable position, and it's the same like dual sport bikes. Yes. Francis Osil, does the Tenere 700 is your favorite ever bike, or is there another one somewhere that you like? But at the moment, this is my favorite bike. This is what I like and what I ride at the moment. I don't have any other brand or model that I like more at the moment. But this is just my opinion. I don't need more power. I don't need more features. At the moment, this is the bike that I like. If they can make it 20, 30 kilos lighter, will be fantastic. But it is what it is. It has some cons like this top heavy and stuff like that. But it is what it is, as I said. Robin on wheels. Have you any experience of motorcycle camping? Have you any experience? Of course, Robin. I have so many days spent in the tent, and it's not something that I enjoy anymore. Because, as you know, I travel on long trips. On long trips, I want to be efficient. If you travel with a tent, you cannot really be efficient. I can explain you longer if you want, but yeah, I have a very good experience with motorcycle camping. I just don't do it anymore. In my opinion, if you want to travel, if you want to cover distances, it's going to be very difficult with tent and camping. But if your trip is organized because of camping, if you like camping, it's a different story. I just want to travel. Camping is not something that I enjoy it anymore. Maybe when you're 20, 30, yeah, but now I'm 50, I prefer to have my bed. Yon Chera. Also, Carnet du Passage needed for India, right? I remember you did a winter trip to Bulgaria many years ago to the Carnet, and you time to go to India, you borrowed Himalaya from friend. Exactly. For India, I will need Carnet du Passage. It's another one burden that I have to make. And that's why I will prefer to go and just rent a motorcycle in India and ride a local motorcycle. This will be much easier and much cheaper than to bring my motorcycle here. Mine does, nor what? Google it, or Tenere 700 gallon canister. Let me see what it is. Let me see what it is. I'm curious now. Ah, okay. I know what you mean now. Now I know what you mean. Mindaus Norvaisas. Okay, watch the video that I'm gonna upload tomorrow. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock on the main channel. Watch the video. It will answer your question. Okay, on the Rebel 11. We love the way you represent other cultures. Will you explore the Arabian Peninsula like normally? It seems very unique over there. And we'll like to see your perspective. I will on some stage. Definitely I will, because as you know, my goal is to see all the world. And for that purpose, I have to go to every place. And I will definitely go there on some stage. Just don't know when, but I will. Tenere Traveler, Do you agree that if you add electronic devices to your bike, leaving the original wiring room alone is the best way, not splicing into switched lines? Yes, I believe that even if you want to add some electronic devices on your motorcycle, don't touch the main cables, the main lines of your motorcycle. Don't touch it, don't cut it. Find alternative way. Like for example, I have heated grips on my motorcycle, but they are directly connected to the battery. There, for that purpose, I don't need to cut the original cables and stuff like that. This will just compromise reliability on the motorcycle. So yeah, it's good to have it differently. Just don't touch the main lines. Francis Rossell, what was the best lunch that you had on the trip? The best lunch? About lunch, I'm not sure. We haven't got so many best lunches, but we had a wonderful dinner on the top of one building in Brasilia, the capital of Brazil. And friend of ours prepared 3 kilograms of delicious beef, and we three people ate them all. So 1 kilogram per person. It was the most delicious beef that I ever ate. Man, it was fantastic. So about lunch, not sure about it. Usually lunchtime we were eating like eggs, fried eggs. 5 for me, 5 for my friend Plamen. Dinners are usually what we enjoyed more. Lunch is something that is just on the road, fast, not heavy meals. Tenere Traveler, you lost 10 kilograms on your last trip. Did you feel weaker on the trip went on? No, I did not feel weak. I lost 10 kilograms because I haven't got enough food. Even though we try to eat well, but for so many kilometers and so many hours riding per day, we definitely need to eat more. Here at home, I eat really well. I already get back 4 kilograms. So weak? No. I just dropped some fat, probably mostly fat. So I did not feel weak. Did Plummen, okay, on Rebel 11, did Plummen choose his shop when he was with you? Sorry, I cannot read it. Did Plummen close his shop when he was with you? Yes, he closed the shops for 3 months. Yes. Sorry, I cannot, I cannot read sometimes. Francis Russell, you probably met lots of great people here on your trips. Yes, on every one of my trips, I meet so many wonderful people. That's why I enjoy so much these travelings, because the best part of any trip are people. And yeah, I enjoyed very much and met so many great people. Brumis Gold und Silber 2. Question to the users here. Maybe a German mechanic here in Northwest area. I'm looking desperately for one that I can make my fork fluent for little money. Not for me. The question is not for me, but yeah, someone might help. Tenere Traveler, did Plamen enjoy the trip as much as you did, and he inspired to go more trips? Yes, he enjoyed the trip very much. He was actually, this was the first very long trip for him. He has a lot of trips and a lot of riding experience, but never been on such a long trip. And he enjoyed very much, and will definitely go again. And we might go again together in another trip. I'm not gonna tell you where and when, but we'll definitely do another trip together, and I'm sure that it will be very interesting. Yeah. So these long trips, they are very addictive, because, as I said many times, it's like a life on steroids. For 2-3 months, you see so much, so many impressions, so many people, so many places, so many things are happening. So many that once you get back home, you cannot really find a real purpose to stay at home. This is the dark side of motorcycle trips. I even have a video on this topic. So it's will Plamen have a YouTube channel? No, at the moment. He does not really interesting from this stuff, and I don't think that he will do a YouTube channel, but he has a Facebook. He is very active on Facebook. So if you want to check his Facebook, yes, go ahead. Saketram, great. Looking forward to see you in South India someday soon for the same cubic capacity of engine, assuming that aren't riding off-road trip, will we prefer twin engine or inline four? Assuming that aren't riding off-road in a trip. No, I prefer to have some off-road if I have this chance in South India. For me, even single cylinder is fine. Absolutely don't need four cylinders at all. Not at all. Even a single cylinder is fine. I can do it again with Himalayan. Himalayan is a good option to ride India. I enjoy it very much. Broom is gold. A good idea for traveling for food, just for some emergency food. Hold 20 of lightweight package. Hold 20 of a lightweight package. I'm not sure that I understand what you mean, but all right. Mindaus Norvisas. Do you use bar risers for Tenere 700? Not on mine. I feel good with mine. I don't need to have bar risers. For my arms and my size, the riding position is perfect for me. So I don't need to do anything. When I got the bike, the first few rides, I thought that I might need it because the position was a little bit different than the old Tenere. But after that, I get used to it, and now I don't need to touch anything. I feel right and good for it. If you have the bar risers, you'll change the position, and it's not gonna be, at least for me. Pete, I always remember after a long trip, I'm tired and I need home. But as soon as I home, I want to get away again. Well, every time when I get back home, I feel very good for a week or two to comfort, family, friends, everything around, just the normal things. But after that, I start to look for another trip and another solution because it's, as I said, it's a very, very addictive. On the Rebel 11, have you started thinking about your next bike after Tenere 700? Not at all. At the moment, I don't have any ideas about the next bike because the one that I have is suit me well. It is still on 80,000 kilometers. I hope that it will last at least another 80 without any problem. So I don't need even to think about next bike after Tenere 700. You have to understand that maybe I'm a little bit different. Maybe the way I think it's different. But for me, the important part are trips, not the motorcycle. Motorcycle is just a tool that helps me to do the trips. As long that the tool is working fine, I don't need to change it, and I don't need another tool to do the same things. Francis Roussel, what is the weirdest fruit you find and eat on your trips, and what about birds? Must have strange birds. Hey, the word fruit that we ate, I don't know if I forgot even the name. It was like a watermelon, but much smaller with a big coconut in the middle. Very sweet fruit. I forgot what it was. Birds, a lot of birds, a lot of what was the name of this? A lot of parrots, different colors, different sounds everywhere. Yeah, we saw a lot of interesting animals over there. Broom is gold. Good for 20 years. That's what I mean. Okay. Okay, let me see the question again. A good idea for travelers for food, just to be some emergency food for the day, just lightweight package. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Wolfgang, all motorbikes are expensive in Austria. What about quality? I don't think it's a motorcycle to travel with. It's a hype. It's more like some kind of classic motorcycle. I'll say just stay away. Buy a normal Japanese motorcycle, and you'll be all right. For traveling, forget about it. If you like it for some kind of exotic to have it in your garage and enjoy it a few hours per day, maybe. But for anything else, I cannot say much about quality, but I highly doubt that it's very high. Pete Watson, will you do another long trip on your Tenere 700 or hire, buy a new is best? Of course I will do. I'm just looking for a proper destination because, as you know, not many places are possible to visit by land. Whatever is possible, I will definitely do it. But I ride it every day here at home, and if I have to go somewhere, I always use the motorcycle in the country or in the neighbor countries. Now, for example, on Wednesday I'm going to Turkey, as I told you, for 3 days in Istanbul to visit this motorcycle show. So I'll go with my itinerary as well. But yeah, if I have a chance and a proper location or destination to go with the Tenere, if I can go with the Tenere, I'll do it with pleasure. But as I said, South America, too expensive. India, too expensive. I might go to Central Asia again in few years' time to visit it again, and will be definitely with my Tenere 700, as I did it last time with Tenere 660. Francis Roussel, do you ever think about crossing Canada sometimes? I will do it. I'll do it because it's in my list. I never been to Canada and I want to go there. In my opinion, it's not really a motorcycle destination, but it's a destination that has to be seen, and I will definitely do it. Uh, of course, I will try to buy a local motorcycle, not with mine. I'm not going to ship anything there unless I find a very good and affordable option to do it. That's it for Canada. But definitely, I will definitely do it. Broom is gold, Wolfgang. Ural is crap, only for sadomaso or people who like to repair every day. Partly, I will agree with this. It's not something that it's suitable for, especially for traveling. No, forget about it. It's just different type of technology that is not the main idea of this motorcycle. Never been to travel so much. The Dalton Highway in Canada is apparently a great ride. Maybe for some people, I don't think that I will enjoy it very much, but I will definitely do it. What moto events will be in Istanbul? Let me find it again here. Let me find the link for this moto show. I'll share the link here. On the Rebel 11. I love the way you show this. Turkey will love to tour that country. The scenery is spectacular, especially when you're on a hot balance and you visit it. Amazing. Turkey is a great destination, and I highly recommend it to each and every one of you guys, especially if you're from Europe. Turkey is not that far. It's very affordable. It's very interesting. There is everything in Turkey. And if you have a plans to go outside of Europe to visit Asia, for example, Bulgaria and Turkey are very good steps, that like a necessary steps that you have to do to prepare yourself for what you're about to face in Asia. Bulgaria and Turkey, they always be like a gate between Europe and Asia. That's why I highly recommend it. And Turkey especially is very interesting. They have mountains, they have a lot of beaches, they have history, interesting points. You can basically see everything in Turkey. I enjoyed this trip very much, and I highly recommend it to everyone. And Richard, why did you originally start your YouTube channel? Richard, I started by accident. I never ever planned it. The original idea was just to use YouTube as a storage space for the videos that I made, and to be possible with me and my riding friends to sit on a beer and watch what we have done. This was the original idea of the channel. Never planned to use it the way I use it now, but life is happening until we make our plans. Francis, Canada, the months for warm weather is June, July, August, September start to be cooler. Just an information if you think to come. I will definitely come because, as I said, it's part of my goal to see every country around the world. I never been in Canada, and now from few years time, we don't even need visas for Canada, which is great. And I even heard about a transportation company that can ship the motorcycle on affordable price. So when, I don't know, but definitely on some stage I will come. So when I start more seriously to work with this channel, the idea was to help people, to share the experience that I have. So most of the people does not need to learn the hard way that I did it. And this was the original idea, just to share my experience online and eventually help and motivate people to travel more. and to show them that first it's not that expensive and it's not that difficult, and everyone with a will to do it can make it, can travel, and so on and so forth. Now YouTube is my mm, full job or full time. Now I'm a full time on YouTube. I don't work anything else. Uh, I'm not a rich man in any way, but it is enough for me to travel, to look after my family, and to live here in Bulgaria. In Bulgaria, the life is very, very affordable. I have everything here. I don't pay the rents or stuff like that. I don't have credit, so I'm fine here. Broom is gold. What about to go to North Africa, Tunisia, Algeria, Mauritania, Senegal to Dakar, over Morocco, Spain, and France back, go to right to the end on my free wind? I've been to Morocco. I plan to go to Africa maybe later in this year, but definitely not with my motorcycle. Tunis, Algeria, Mauritania, Senegal. Not all of these countries are possible to go just like that. In many places, you have to stop and go around and use different roads because of war and problems between the countries. Uh, I still have plans to explore Africa as much as possible. As I said, maybe later in this year, September, I'll go to Africa, like Tanzania, Kenya, this area to ride a bit, and then we'll see what else I can do. Richard, Tenere Traveler, where did you learn your excellent English? My excellent English is not that excellent, Richard, but I think that is still better than your Bulgarian. I learned it mostly from people like you. I never done a proper English course. That's why I'm still doing the same mistakes over and over again. So I learned it basically from people. I had for many years car rental company, learned it from clients. Because of necessity, Richard, because of necessity. Mindaugas Norvaisas. When traveling to stance countries, is it worth to get health insurance? For example, safety wing. I remember you made a video about it and made something has changed now. No, nothing changed now. I don't believe in insurance companies, and in most of these countries, you won't be able to receive any claims if you have. I hope that you're not gonna have. If you want to make any insurance, make it. It's your choice, but make sure that you read carefully the terms and conditions. And when you read it, you realize that the possibilities to take any money from insurance companies are basically around zero. But it's your choice. I just don't trust them. Everything that I said in that video that was made many years ago, I still think the same way. Now, for example, on my trip to South America, I went without any insurance, without any vaccines, without anything. So I don't believe in this stuff. Food Nature Bike, welcome to the Rebel 11. I am in Antalya. Okay, definitely. Okay, good. Guys, I'm gonna give you 10 more minutes. Please go ahead with the questions. And then I'm gonna end the stream here. Next week, the same time, 8 o'clock, we'll do the same with stream with you guys. Open for everyone. Pete Watson, I was thinking learning Spanish. You're quite fluent. How long does it take? I'm not really fluent in Spanish, but I learned enough to do the trip, enough for everything that we need on the road. I used to live in Spain many years ago, and back in the days I knew a lot, but then I forgot it, almost forgot everything. I still remember a lot, but it was very difficult to speak. And before the trip, I took 10 different hours with a Spanish-speaking person, and the hours were not like a proper school. We were just discussing different topics, mostly the topics that I'm gonna need on my trips, like hotels, food, accommodations, and stuff like that, like petrol stations. This is how I just improved a little bit my Spanish before I go there. And of course, once I got there, I just needed to talk anyway. That's why it was good. But if you want to take at least 1 or 2 courses on Spanish, it will definitely help you if you travel in this area. Richard, thank you very much for coming, and thank you very much for asking very good questions. Send my regards to Lina, and see you somewhere on the road, finally, after so many years. Maybe in Bulgaria, maybe in UK, who knows? Francis Roussel, I was never able to find the fishnet to put on my seat like you. Do you know if I can find it in Canada? You can buy it from AliExpress. Just make sure that you have the right size for your motorcycle, and I'm sure that AliExpress will ship it to Canada. It's not a fish mat, it's like a 3D mesh. 3D mesh. 3D mesh. And try to find it on AliExpress. Broom is gold. Is it possible since this year to go from Tunisia over Algeria and Mauritania to Senegal? I'm not sure about it. You have to check. Not all of these routes are possible in this part of the world. From Tunis to Algeria, yes, it is possible. Mauritania to Senegal, I'm not sure about it. You have to check. I will advise to go, if you don't have experience from this part of the world, I will advise first to go to Morocco, because Morocco is easy to go. And it's a good example from what you're gonna get after that. And Morocco is still very organized and civilized compared to the rest of the countries that you plan to visit. Tunis is also fine. Morocco, go to Morocco or Tunis just to have some experience, and then maybe you can plan a long trip in this area. Because again, it's definitely not for everyone. Some people like it, some not. Guys, one favor from you, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. At the moment, I have how many subscribers? Let me see. On this channel, I have 970 subscribers. I need 30 more to monetize the channel. So if you haven't subscribed and if you find this channel, of course, useful, please do it so. It will help me a lot to monetize this channel as well. And also don't forget to check the rest of my channels, the main channel Motorcycle Adventures and the second channel Motorcycle Adventure Travel videos. In both of the channels, I upload videos once per week. On the travel channel, video episodes from South America. On the main channel, every Monday, different video. And don't forget to check the video on Monday, tomorrow. It will be interesting, especially for 10-area owners. All right, guys, if you don't have any more questions, I will give you 5 more minutes and I'm going to end the stream here. If you have it, go ahead. We'll be glad to help. Okay. So next week, the same time, the same channel, 8 p.m. East European time, I'll be here. No topics, open discussion to all of you guys. Any question will be appreciated. And yeah, if we can make a nice discussion, will be useful for many people after that. Yon Chera, do you plan to go to China and Southeast Asia? Yes, of course. I've been to many places in Southeast Asia, but I still haven't visited a lot, like India, Indonesia, like Vietnam, and all of these countries. I plan to visit it, definitely not with my bike. And I've been to China twice, but like a normal tourist, not with motorcycle. At the moment, it's impossible to ride your motorcycle in China unless you have a travel agency with you, with guides and everything, and it's a very expensive procedure, and it's not something that I would like to do. So China is not an option at the moment, but the rest of South Asian countries are definitely, and I will plan to visit them. The problem is that you have to do it one by one, or maybe one or two at the same time, and you have to buy a local motorcycle there, because otherwise it's too expensive to do it by your own motorcycle, and I'm not gonna do it this way. Any more questions? You'd love to see China. Yeah, China, unfortunately, as I said, it's very different now. So you have to hire a tourist company, you have to hire a guide, and they will tell you, okay, now we can ride here, you can stop in this hotel, and then we can go there. It's not my type of trip that I would like to say. My pleasure, Wolfgang. My pleasure. Thank you very much for coming, guys. Thank you very much. Food Nature Bike. Unfortunately, I cannot see you, but I can see your comments, guys, so I can read your thoughts. So once again, guys, thank you very much for the time that you spent here on the channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And see you next week. Ciao.